Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. 5 taken into custody following a major gun find in St. James. Nominations open for top leadership positions in the PNP. And later in sports, reggae girls off to winning start at CONCACAF Championships. I'm Giovanni Dennis and here are the details. We begin with news of a major gun find in St. James this morning. 5 suspects have been taken into custody in connection with the find. 2 assault rifles and an Intratec submachine gun, along with nearly 30 rounds of ammunition, were seized this morning in the community of Canterbury. About 7 a.m., members of a joint police-military team carried out a targeted operation along King Street in search of a fugitive who goes by the alias KJ. During a search of the premises, the wanted suspect and other individuals were held. The security forces seized an AK-47 rifle and a magazine, along with a Colt AR-15 rifle.
Along with those weapons, we also seized 25 rounds of 5.56mm cartridges, commonly used in the AR-15 and the M16 rifle. We also seized 2 7.62mm rounds used in the AK-47 weapon. This operation this morning was aimed at targeting the Crux Nation gang, which operates within the Canterbury community.
The state of the resort town of Orchias is again in the spotlight, with councillors in St. Anne raising concerns. The matter came up at a recent municipal corporation meeting.
A sight for sore eyes. That's how councillors in St. Anne have described the state of the resort town of Orchias, especially in the Market District. The councillors for the Exchange and Orchias divisions are calling on the council to carry out immediate work and address the concerns of garbage disposal. They say for too long, residents and business operators within the town have been allowed to do as they please.
We are embarrassed. And we have to get in the cars, left, right, and center.
You see how you torment everybody as a man and kid, you know.
And it needs to be addressed.
We've got 100 receptacles in the town, if you recall. And people throw, in particular the vendors, throw the garbage in and around the receptacles.
Councillor for the Orchias division, Michael Belnavis, says the state of a town should not be blamed only on vendors.
This is not only by the vendors, it's only the same business people. Mr. Chairman. So the town has a really down look to it and cannot continue like this. So we need to have this operation and it needs to be sustainable, whereby the municipal police has to be out there making sure that people don't, as you go, this cat and mouse game, you clean up, and then as soon as you're gone, they come back out.
Chairman of the St. Anne Municipal Corporation, Sidney Stewart, says a tour was carried out last week to identify areas which need to be addressed urgently. However, he says it will not be a quick fix. As for the filthy major drains in the resort town,
the island of Jamaica will now know that we're going into the rainy season and provision is being made to clean all those drains. So those drains are going to be fixed.
Over time when them clean it, but them take too long. It's like, I don't know which side them I look on, but them take too long to check out the drain is them, and it don't look good because they have people that take picture like, whoa, right across, just I take picture and I put up. And then it come like, say right now, I don't know who in charge, because I can't see nobody for that. I used to see Mr. Bell Davis, I can't see him again. I don't know what's going on.
And with the country now in the hurricane season, one resident is hopeful that the work to be done will be completed before any major activity takes place, which could jeopardize the infrastructure of the town.
The place flood out. When rain fall, the rain just drizzle and watch it flood out. Do me a beg you, come save Orchias.
In the meantime, the councillor for the Exchange Division, Ian Isaacs, has recommended that the scope of work through the $7 million allocation from the Tourism Enhancement Fund be expanded from only drain cleaning. O'Shane Masters, TVJ News.
To other news, President of the People's National Party, Mark Golding, is insisting that he is not expecting any challenge for his post. Mr. Golding made the comment as nominations for the posts of President and Vice Presidents of the party officially began. Now reporter Sandy Williams was at the PNP headquarters in St. Andrew today and now reports.
It's minutes to 11 and PMP President Mark Golding is the only candidate nominated thus far for president of the party. He believes this is an indication of unity in the PMP.
We've been working hard at that for the last nearly 2 years, since November 2020. And it's been sometimes a difficult journey, but we have made tremendous strides. And the team now is gelling and everybody's supporting each other. And I feel very good about that.
4 candidates have been nominated for vice president. They are Mickey Phillips, Ian Hales, Norman Scott, and the sole female Donna Scott Motley.
It's a humbling feeling. This is my second time around as vice president. My commitment to nation, to Jamaica, to my family, and to the People's National Party is unquestionable. There's a lot of work to be done, and my duty is really to build back the PMP stronger so that when we become government, we can do right for the people of Jamaica.
I feel good about the race. I think last year the party went through a difficult period. The leader asked me and others to come in and serve, and we did so. We came in and we served our party, and we served it well.
Well, I think the work speaks for itself. Last political year, when I decided to offer myself, and I was successful, based on what we are seeing, the coming together in the party, these are part of my work. I feel comfortable giving the kind of support to the leadership of the party, and to see that all of these things are coming to fruition, I think it is just good for me to continue.
When you have female presence, part of the female's duty is to encourage other women to join them on that stage. Part of the mandate, which I seek, is to mentor and encourage other young women so that not just people in the party, but young women in Jamaica can see what is possible.
Now, nominations remain open until midday on Friday. In the meantime, PMP President Mark Golding is optimistic that he will return to the post unopposed.
There's one leader, and I have the full support of everybody on board. So I wasn't anticipating any challenge. And I think the people appreciate the work I've been putting in to bring everybody together, and which is bearing fruit. And I'm very happy for the support I'm getting from all of my colleagues in the party. So no, I wasn't expecting anybody to put themselves forward.
Reporting from the PMP headquarters in St. Andrew, I'm Sandy Williams for TVJ News.
And the leadership of the Clarendon Municipal Corporation has come under scrutiny from the opposition People's National Party. At a divisional conference on Sunday night, PNP caretaker for Clarendon North Western Richard Azan said Mayor Winston Mirage is operating on a political footing.
I want to pay special tribute to Comrade Barneswell. He served the parish of Clarendon very well as mayor. He never have a green pen and an orange pen. He have the pen of Clarendon. Now what we have is a mayor with 2 pens. Green pen and orange pen. Comrades, we can't run one parish like that. It's the first time I'm hearing, Comrade Barneswell, that they collect more property tax than ever before. What they use the money to do? What they use the money to do? People don't see it, comrade.
It's why he says there must be a concerted effort by PNP councillors in the parish to regain control of the corporation.
We have to take it back. But I was looking, Comrade Barneswell, and trying to count. And I believe that you have almost 19 of the 22 divisions here.
Yes.
And it's a good sign.
Yes, man. 20 of the 21 of the 22.
And comrades, this is what we want in the People's National Party. Unity. And it's a part of unity why the comrades are here this evening. And they are here for a purpose, to take back Clarendon. And when we take back Clarendon, it's one step, because the next step is for us to take back Jamaica House.
And it's now a time for a break here on the Midday News, but please stay with us much more when we return. Welcome back. We're continuing the news. The Health Ministry has officially declared July Healthcare Workers Appreciation Month. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton headed the launch at the Terra Nova Hotel Monday morning.
It's all about expressing appreciation. On Monday, officials of the Health Ministry indicating that July will be commemorated to healthcare workers. It follows the past 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic, during which healthcare workers, including nurses, midwives, doctors, porters, and administrators, attended to the sick and administered vaccines while under tremendous pressure.
It is a month to say to them, thank you. It's a month to put them on a pedestal as the people who guided a process that took us through uncertain waters, the largest, the most significant threat in over 100 years.
So on behalf of the nurses of Jamaica, I stand to say, we thank you for thanking us. We are not sure what we will get throughout the coming week, and we are looking towards it with open arms and eyes, and we're hoping that the goodies will come. We're not sure what the goodies are, but we're looking forward to it. But just the notion of saying thank you has warmed our hearts.
Of note, the recognition comes on the heels of criticism on why more isn't being done for the workers. The opposition criticized the health minister scouting healthcare workers overseas versus improving facilities and opportunities for local workers. Dr. Tufton acknowledged the comments, insisting that they are all major economical decisions.
I want to say to those who have commented that that's good, and indeed, part of the conversation that should take place during the course of this July month of recognition and celebration is a frank conversation about where we go from here, having learned the lessons of COVID, the lessons from COVID.
Our healthcare workers are very brave, yes, very brave men and women whose sacrifice should never be forgotten. And so even though we still need improvement in our facilities and remuneration, we still can say thank you.
Activities started on July 2 with a Western Regional Health Authority Thanksgiving service and will continue through to July 30 with family fun days, social events, award ceremonies, and sporting competitions across all health regions. Herman Green, TVJ News.
There's been a sharp increase in the number of Jamaicans who have been successful in getting their criminal records expunged. According to the Economic and Social Survey of Jamaica 2021, the Justice Ministry's Criminal, Civil and Family Law Unit processed 1,130 expungement applications last year. 769 applications were approved by the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Board. This represented a 95.7% increase in approvals compared to 2020. The report says the higher number of approvals was due to the unit again operating at pre-pandemic levels, as approvals declined by 62.4% in 2020. Now, expungement is essentially having a conviction removed from one's criminal police record after a specific period of time has elapsed and certain requirements have been met. Now, in order to qualify for expungement, two essential conditions must be satisfied. The offense must be one which attracts a non-custodial sentence or imprisonment not exceeding 5 years, and the applicant must not have any other convictions during a specified period of time referred to as the rehabilitation period. And for the latest in the world of business, here's Cody and Barrett with the Business Minute.
There was a decline in the number of permits issued for the importation of motor vehicles to Jamaica last year. The Trade Board approved the entry of 40,996 motor vehicles with a total value of $503.4 million. In the previous year, 50,437 motor vehicles valued at $446.5 million were imported. According to the Economic and Social Survey of 2021, the higher value for fewer vehicles was indicative of increased prices. In business overseas, Tesla recorded a rare drop in production and sales in the second quarter. The electric automaker saw sales dropped nearly 18% to about 255,000 vehicles in the second quarter compared to the first 3 months of the year. Production fell 15% to almost 260,000. The last time Tesla sold fewer vehicles globally was in the third quarter of 2021 when it delivered 241,000 vehicles. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Cody Ann Barrett.
And here's Sandy Williams with the latest development overseas.
In regional news, in Grenada, former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell was sworn in as the island's opposition leader on Monday. It comes 11 days after he led the new National Party NNP into defeat. Mitchell, who had led the NNP to clean sweeps of the 15-member parliament in the 2013 and 2015 general elections, lost the June 23rd poll this year by a 9-6 margin. He told the audience, that also included the 5 other elected opposition legislators, that Grenada was able to hold free and fair elections, and in his view, the result reflected the present will of the people. He also used the opportunity to announce his objection to a statement by Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell that his new administration will be seeking a strategic partner for Grenlec, the island's lone electricity company, within the next 6 months. On the international scene, Europe's energy woes escalated Tuesday as Norwegian oil and gas workers went on strike, shutting 3 fields in the North Sea and causing a spike in natural gas prices. Norway's state-owned energy company Equinor said it had shut the fields after some of its employees went on strike over a pay dispute. The 3 fields produced the equivalent of about 89,000 barrels of oil a day, more than 30% of which is natural gas. According to Eurostat data, Norway was the second largest source of natural gas to Europe last year after only Russia. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Sandy Williams.
And we now head to a quick break. When we come back, Jermaine Brown will have your midday sports.
Welcome back. It's now time for your lunchtime sports. Jamaica's reggae girls are off to a winning start at the CONCACAF Championship as they bid to qualify for a second straight Women's World Cup. They beat Mexico 1-0 in the opening Group A encounter. Khadija Shaw netted the all-important goal in the 8th minute as the Lon Donaldson coach team got off to a perfect start in their final round of World Cup qualifying. The Jamaicans could have gone 2-0 up in the 39th, but Havana Salon could not find her goal-scoring shoe as she missed from the penalty spot following a handball from the Mexican defender. Mexico would also have their opportunities, but the Jamaicans hung on to claim all 3 points. Shaw, who had a late opportunity to add to her goal, reflected on the team's performance.
I think it was good. Before the game, the coach spoke to us and told us, where the Mexican are strongest and where we need to, concentrate and lock in. And I think once we concentrate and lock in, we threw them off their game, and then that's how we stick to the task. And first of all, it's always good because at the end of the day, we're the winners.
The Reggae girls are tied on 3 points with the defending world champions, the USA, who they'll play next on Thursday. The Americans defeated Haiti 3-0 in the group's other match. The career of Jamaican West Indies cricketer John Campbell could be hanging in the balance as the opening batsman is now facing the possibility of being banned from cricket for up to 4 years for a recent anti-doping rule violation. Kent Gammon, the chairman of the 3-member anti-doping disciplinary panel, confirmed with the TVJ Sports by phone on Monday and that Campbell, a left-handed batsman, will answer to the violation of evading, refusing or failing to submit a sample collection come this Wednesday, July 6. However, Gammon, an attorney by profession, did not provide any further details as to when the anti-doping rule violation occurred. Checks with an international sports lawyer indicated that the sanction relating to evading, refusing or failing to submit to sample collection can range from between 2 to 4 years if an athlete is found guilty of the violation. The matter to be heard behind closed doors will also include Dr. Marjorie Vassell and Dean Martin. Now, recently appointed West Indies T20 international vice-captain Robman Powell believes that the regional team is making strides in its transitional stage ahead of this year's ICC T20 World Cup in Australia. The series decider against Bangladesh comes up on Thursday in Guyana following the 35-run win on Sunday. The Jamaican sees an exciting transitional phase for the squad following his second T20 50 to go with his 100 earlier this year.
I think it's a change in the guard, to be honest. You know, our legends of the game, Chris Gayle and Bravo and Pollard and all those guys, you know, they now sit back and let us as youngsters come through. So it's now for us as youngsters to take the opportunity and bring back smiles on the people of the Caribbean face.
Powell, who has been under the tutelage of former Australian captain Ricky Ponting at the Delhi Capitals in the Indian Premier League, says he has started to revolutionize his game.
A big hitter. I started looking at myself as a batsman with power. With that comes control, know when to look a single, know when to attack. And you know, I think it has served me well so far.
And finally, England completed a record chase of 378 to beat India by 7 wickets on the final morning of the 5th Test at Edgbaston on Tuesday. Centuries from Joe Root and Johnny Bairstow took England to their highest successful pursuit in Test cricket and the 9th largest in the history of the game. Now needing another 119 from their overnight 259 for 3 to win, Root ended unbeaten on 142, while Bairstow coasted to 114 not out, his second century of the match, to take England to one of their all-time greatest victories. The pair shared in an unbroken 269-run 4th wicket partnership. And the win ensures a series that was postponed last summer ends in a 2-all draw. And that's your pull-up stumps for now. And I am Jermaine Brown.
And that's also where we leave the field of play. That's the Midday News. I'm Giovanni Dennis. Join us at 7 for Primetime News. On behalf of the news, sports and production teams, have a good afternoon.